A lot of dads have this wrong. They're thinking about it in the wrong way. They're still thinking about fitness like they're 22 and they don't have kids. They don't have a ridiculous amount of responsibilities and priorities. And they think that they have all the time in the world to get fit and that their fitness program or fitness plan has to be perfect. That's just simply not the case. So when we have kids, we need to shift the way that we think about staying in shape or getting in shape. And that's what this episode is about today. I want to lay out the exact plan for you guys. Are you ready to become the dad you were meant to be? Good, because this is the Epic Dad Legacy Podcast, where imperfect actions are better than perfect ideas, promises kept are more important than promises made, and nothing happens unless you make it happen. My name is Drew, father of three, the founder of the Epic Dad Company. My mission is to help dads up their game and become the husbands, fathers, and men they're called to be. We need epic dads now more than ever. And it is your responsibility and obligation to become the best father you can be and show your kids what is possible. Listen in for weekly tips, strategies, and actions you can take to go from average dad to epic dad. Thanks for listening. Now let's start the episode. All right, what is up, guys? Hey, welcome back to the Epic Dad Legacy Podcast. This is your host, Drew here, founder of the Epic Dad Company. Hey, listen, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a short, value-packed podcast where you guys can hopefully get a ton of action steps to take home and implement today. Hey, today we're going to talk about getting in shape. The Epic Dad Company is a fitness company. The Epic Dad Fit is a fitness program. Super important for us as dads to be in shape, right? Not only to be able to protect our family if the need calls for it, but really just to set the example, to show our kids healthy habits so they can model, to show them that fitness is a way of life. It shouldn't be something that is out of the ordinary. And then lastly, it's really so we can show up as the best version of ourselves. I mean, being in shape is going to give you more energy. It's going to make you more confident in everything that you do. Just everything is better when you are in shape and you feel great about your body, great about the way you feel, and great about the way you're showing up, right? And so it is extremely important for us to prioritize fitness. But I would say a lot of dads have this wrong. They're thinking about it in the wrong way. They're still thinking about fitness like they're 22 and they don't have kids. They don't have a ridiculous amount of responsibilities and priorities. And they think that they have all the time in the world to get fit and that their fitness program or fitness plan has to be, perfect. They have to be able to get in the gym for, 5-6 days a week for a couple hours. Their diet has to be absolutely, as strict as possible to make any type of progress. And that's just simply not the case. So when we have kids, we need to shift the way that we think about staying in shape or getting in shape. And that's what this episode is about today. I want to lay out the exact plan for you guys, right? So if you are confused about what to do, if you tried things in the past that haven't worked for you, I just want to give you all the answers right here, right? So this is called the Epic Dad 4-6-10 method. It is something that we've developed in the last year after working with hundreds of guys to help them finally get into shape. So this is what we use in our Epic Dad Fit program. And I just want to give you guys the answers today, right? Give you a solid framework that you can follow that's going to be sustainable for you as a busy dad. 4-6-10. That's the method, right? So what does 4-6-10 even stand for? At the end of this too, I'm going to drop you guys down to the description in the episode where you guys can get a copy of this plan. So don't feel like you need to take notes. There is a PDF that I've laid out. It's about, 15, 20 pages. It goes in depth on this plan and what to do with a lot of call out videos, going into nutrition, et cetera. Even gives you some example workouts. So let's go back to 4-6-10. What is 4-6-10? So the 4-6-10 method stands for 4 workouts a week, right? That's all we're doing, 4 workouts a week. We're not doing 5. We're not trying to work out every day. We're not doing 2 days. That stuff is just unrealistic. So we're going to focus on getting 4 high quality workouts in a week. Number 6 is 6 days of clean eating a week. And that sounds great, right? Clean eating, but what does that even mean? So what I'm going to do today is go into details of what we do inside the FIT program and what you can do yourself to make sure you are getting maximum results while still having some flexibility in your diet. 6 days of clean eating a week. The 10 stands for 10,000 steps a day, right? So pretty straightforward right there. So 4-6-10, 4 workouts a week, 6 days of clean eating a week, and 10,000 steps a day. So let's break each one of those down. I want to give you a game plan. Really, you can go and implement this in your life to finally start getting in shape, to finally start showing up as the confident dad that you need to be to lead your family. All right. So 4 workouts a week. Now, what I like to advise guys on is your workout should be no more than 45 minutes to an hour. I would recommend that they are even shorter than that. And so when we didn't have kids, when we didn't have, all these responsibilities on us, all these demands on us that are pulling us in different directions, like, sure, it's great to go to the gym for 2 hours a day and do curls with the girls in the mirror, right? And take our sweet time. But the reality is we don't have that much time as dads. Like, we need to be able to squeeze in a quality workout and get after it in a short amount of time. And additionally, with all of our priorities we have is we need to make sure that we can be flexible in the way that we are working out. What I mean by that is if your workout is dependent upon you going to a traditional gym with all these type of fancy machines and pulleys and whatever, like what happens on a day where you've got a workout planned, but your kid was up all night throwing up, right? And now you're home because they're sick. Like, how are you going to get your workout in if you're dependent upon that? And so the two things that I'll tell you about the 4 workouts a week is one, my recommendation would be to implement short, high intensity workouts, right? Things that are going to take no more than 30 minutes. So that way you can get it done in the morning, you can get it done in the afternoon, you can get it done whenever, right? Is you have 30 minutes. So all these guys that are telling themselves that I don't have time to work out. Yeah, sure, you don't have time to go to the gym and work out for 2 hours a day, but like you've got 30 minutes in a day where you can dedicate towards getting yourself fit. Like, I can guarantee you, I can look at your schedule, I pull up your phone, look at how much you're scrolling on Instagram. Like, you've got time. You just need to prioritize those 30 minutes. My recommendation is you get this done in the morning because in the morning is really the only time that we have full control over. It's when the world is sleeping. It is the time that you can focus on you and bettering yourself so that you can show up for your family in a much better way for the rest of the day. And so I would say focus on getting it done in the morning. Like, and unless are a shift worker, or have kind of a crazy calendar, like you should be able to find, some time in the morning to be able to get this done. Like, if you need to shift your bedtime routine by 30 minutes, you can wake up and get a 30-minute workout earlier, like do that. Because once the day starts, the chaos begins, your day can get away from you very, very quickly. So prioritize the morning to get up and get this done. Again, I would recommend 30-minute workouts, high intensity, full body workouts. Once you're a little bit further along in your journey, if you want to do hypertrophy, if you want to focus on specific muscle groups, that's great. But we really want to set the foundation of getting this in, staying disciplined with our workouts first. So we don't need to overcomplicate it. So that's number one, is the time constraints. And then two is, I would say, you need to have workouts where you don't need a lot of equipment, right? It could be a body weight workout. It could be just a set of dumbbells or a set of kettlebells, but something that, again, is not going to be reliant upon you getting in the car, driving 20 minutes to the gym, spending an hour there, driving back, and then all of a sudden that's 2 hours out of your day. So if you have the opportunity to put the kid down for a nap or in between a meeting and you're working from home, like you can just go out to the garage, grab a set of dumbbells and get it done, right? So that would be my recommendation. Again, if you are further along in your fitness journey and you got that foundation set, like great, you can start to build in some more detailed workout plans that include, different equipment, different muscle groups, things like that. Now, I will say is in the PDF that you guys can get in the description of this episode is I have got my favorite 25 garage gym workouts. These are workouts that are usually, there's one that might take you a little longer, but 24 out of them are going to take you less than 30 minutes, right? And you can do them with just a set of dumbbells. If you need some workouts, like great freaking tool for you right there. So go down in the description, hit the link, sign up, and get the workouts. Okay, so that's 4 workouts a week, right? That's what this before stands for. 6 is 6 days of clean eating a week. So what do I mean by clean eating? Specifically, what I think works best for dads is to track your macros. There is a lot of different ways that you can be disciplined in a diet or have a diet. I mean, there's like low carb, you could fast, you could do keto, whatever. All of those are great tools. But I think macros really sets the foundation and teaches you the skills on how to be flexible, but still hit your nutrition goals. So what are macros? At the end of the day, it's very, very simple, right? Our food is made up of stuff. And that stuff at a macro level is made up of our proteins, our carbs, and our fats. And that is going to all build up to a calorie level, right? And so I'm going to keep this very, very simple. there's all type of tools that you can go and calculate your own macros and all that kind of stuff. And then if you download the PDF, like we've got videos, we walk you through like how to get specific around your goal and like what your macros should be. But what I will say, just to keep it very simple, right, is you're going to have a calorie target for the day that gets you into if you want to lose weight, that gets you into a certain deficit. And within those calories, there's going to be a certain number of grams of protein that you're going to have. So you have a certain number of grams of carbohydrates that you're going to have, and a certain number of grams of fat that you're going to have. And all those combined are going to equal the number of calories that you have for the day. And so that's what macros is going to do. It's going to give you a breakout and it's going to give you targets per day. Your macro targets, your calorie target is almost like a budget for the day, right? Like if I were to give you $20 for food for the day and you spent $12 of that on breakfast and you spent $6 of that on lunch, like you're not going to have a very good dinner. And so that's the way that you need to approach tracking your macros and finding out what works for you. Is you need to be strict when you need to be strict, but we also don't want you sitting down for dinner and having $2 left and your family has this amazing meal and you're stuck eating, like one boiled chicken breast, right? Because that's all that's left on your budget. And so my recommendation for you guys is be strict when you have the opportunity to be strict. And what I mean by that is most of us dads, we are going to control our breakfast, we're going to control our lunch, and we're going to control our snacks we have throughout the day, right? I mean, think about it. Most of us are grabbing breakfast on the way out the door, right? We might grab something at a freaking McDonald's on the way, but we can control what we eat there because we're eating ourselves. Same thing with lunch, right? Unless you're having like a lunch date with the wife, you are going to have direct control of what you put in your mouth for lunch, control of what option that you choose. Where most of us are eating at the office, or you can pack a lunch. And so you have direct control over that. So be very, very strict around your breakfast and your lunch. And then additionally, your snack throughout the day. Again, what we don't want to have happen is you get to the end of the day, you sit down for dinner with your family and you're eating something entirely different than what your family has. One, that's a non-effective use of your budget throughout the day. And then two, it's not really setting a great example around nutrition for your children, right? And so I would say be as strict as possible throughout the day. And then when you get to dinner, you can have a little bit of flexibility to eat what the family is eating and still be within your macros for the day. Again, I'm not going to go into detail about macros. This is a macro class, but that is the best way that is sustainable. That's really going to teach you the foundation of controlling your own nutrition. I will say this on the macros though, is you can get as in the weeds as you want to on this. My recommendation would be that you track calories, obviously, and you prioritize protein over everything. And so, you go over a little bit on carbs one day, or you go a little bit over on fats one day, but you're hitting your protein target and you are at or under your calorie target, then you are good to go. Now, if you get into a position where you are a bodybuilder going for a show, you can dial things in as you need to be very, very on point. But for most of us guys that are not doing that, focus on your calories, focus on your protein target. Easy as that, right? Okay. So 10. 4, 6, 10. The 10 stands for 10,000 steps a day. Now, this is a great opportunity, number one, for us just to get some movement throughout the day, right? And so movement, is a great opportunity to do that. However, 10,000 steps a day is about 300 calories that you're going to burn throughout the day. That is equivalent to going for a 30-minute run. So you could decide to go for a 30-minute jog, or you could be strategic about getting steps in throughout the day. That's not going to disrupt your day, right? You could go for a walk in the morning, go for a walk after lunch, go for a walk with the family in the evening after dinner, like whatever it is, right? You can get those steps where it's not going to disrupt your day. Or if you just hate running, like I do, you're still able to burn those additional 300 calories. The last reason we do the 10,000 steps a day is a great opportunity for us to build discipline, because we're going to tell ourselves that we're going to do it and we're going to do it. And so I get 10,000 steps in every single day without exception. And there are numerous nights throughout the week where I put the kids down to sleep and I've still got 3,000 steps to go, right? And so, I'm going to have to go get my steps in for the day. So it's a great opportunity for us to tell ourselves we're going to do something and then to follow it with action and consistency and discipline and actually get it done. A big game changer for me with getting steps is if you work at an office or at a desk, is get a desk treadmill. You can find some on Amazon for like $150 that are super quality. And it's just a fantastic way to be in a meeting or working on a project and you just get in the zone at about between 1.6 and 2 miles an hour. It doesn't disrupt your work. And before you know it, I mean, you've logged like 3,000 steps. So I would say get a desk treadmill. It is a game changer. So that is the 4-6-10, right? So to break it all down, it's 4 workouts a week. It is 6 days of clean eating a week, and it's 10,000 steps a day. Super easy, super sustainable. But what I will say is that's just the X's and O's. The most important thing that you can do if you want to get into shape as a busy dad is, number one, you need to have the right mindset. Because even though this is a sustainable process with a lot of priorities and being busy, there are going to be very challenging days with that. And so if you are not 100% clear on the reason why you want to get into shape, you're probably going to quit, just to be honest with you. And so you have to really understand why you want to do it in the first place and connect with that why every single day, because it is going to be challenging. And then number two is you need to have a community of men that are supporting you and they are holding you accountable along the way, right? If you are held accountable to somebody else versus you just holding yourself accountable, you are much more likely to find success. The 4-6-10 is just the plan, right? That is the X's and O's. That's what you have to do to get there. But unless you have those two things, which is the right mindset and the right community, then it's going to be very challenging for you. So what I will say is this to wrap up, guys, is 4-6-10, right mindset, right community. If you liked this, there is a link to a PDF called A Fitness Plan for Dads in the description of this episode. Hit the link, sign up, get it 100% for free. It's going to lay out all of this in extreme detail for you. And then shoot me over a comment on Instagram and let me know what you guys think of it and how you're tracking along. And then number two thing that I will say is if you like this plan, but if you need help around getting the right mindset and having a community, that is what the Epic Dad Fit program is for. That is our mission with the dads that come into our program, is to give them the right mindset, give them the playbook, the 4-6-10 playbook, and then give them the community accountability they ultimately need to be successful. So if that's something you're interested in, there is a link in the description for that as well. You can hop on a quick phone call with myself and my team. Just ask some questions around what you're looking for, what your challenges are. If it's a good fit, we'll get you signed up. So with that, guys, that is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, go be epic. Thank you so much for listening to the show and supporting my mission to change the culture by creating more epic dads. If this message resonates with you and you're ready to become the husband, father, and man you're called to be, here's 2 quick things you can do to get started. Number 1 is to join the Epic Dad training app. Inside the Epic Dad app, you'll find workout programs, community, habits, accountability, courses, resources, and exclusive discounts on all Epic Dad supplements and gear. It has everything you need to start leveling up as a dad. Just hit the link in the show description and get your first 7 days free. And if you're ready to turbocharge your results and create massive change in your life, hit the link in the show description and apply to the Epic Dad Fit program. Our goal inside the Fit program is to radically change your life in just 90 days by helping you develop an unshakable foundation of discipline and habits, get you into the best shape of your life, and provide massive community and accountability to ensure you are successful. If you're ready to radically change your life as a father in just 90 days, hit the link in the show notes and apply today. Thanks for listening. Now go be epic.